Gotta get more followers.
Hello everyone, it's Canadian Futures Trader here. Welcome to Thursday, December the 12th, but more importantly, welcome to my day number 2 with Trade Day. Put up a video yesterday, did a quick little overview of Trade Day, really didn't do it justice, but just wanted to warm you up before I hit off that one trade. So day 1 was a winner. Guys, today is day 2. I have 2 trades I'm going to walk you through. One is good, one is not. Stick around to see those. Also, I want to mention, so Trade Day has a 30% consistency rule. I talked about it yesterday. Lots of firms have consistency rules. So I kind of worked out like what's the most I can make and not screw myself basically and make too much on any given day. But I do want to mention that, I did mention Trade Day is definitely a more professional, not like for gamblers type of thing. One thing I see a lot of people asking is like, can I just flip a micro contract like once I reach the goal? So say I reach the goal in 4 days, can I flip a micro for the remaining 3? Trade Day is not really looking for that either. So personally, I decided, you know what? I don't have to hit home runs every single day. And today kind of worked out to not hit a home run. So I don't want to give away the trading, but we don't go for the full max 30% of my goal today. I'm going to try to spread it out a little bit more over the full 7-day evaluation. At some point here in the future, might even be the new year, honestly guys, at this point. But definitely want to get Steve and or James back on the channel, talk to them about how trade data has evolved, the industry. Always great to talk to those guys. So that said, guys, let me walk you through the trade. I'm going to do the same as yesterday where I just kind of talk over the recording. It actually works out a bit easier for me because I already know the outcome, so I can really focus more on just the logic and stuff than being sort of stuck in the trade itself and not knowing where it's going. All right, guys, I blabbed enough. Let's get to these 2 trades that I did with Trade Day, day number 2. All right, guys, so this will be the first trade. I want to point out a few things. So I don't enter the trade for about 1:30 from here, but I want to give myself a little bit of time to set you up here on what I was thinking, what I had seen. So like the previous day's trade, almost in some ways, the sellers had pushed this down. You can see that here, just sell, sell, sell. If you're familiar with Jigsaw, that this kind of tells a tale. That's why I like Jigsaw. You can read the numbers, like reading the tea leaves. But anyways, guys, they were pushing the low. It's like, you know what? They'd kind of stalled out though, so not quite like yesterday in the sense that this time I felt like they had actually bottomed out. So they pushed it down, sellers had kind of stalled out. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go long here, and I do eventually here in about 45 seconds. What's more interesting is that literally pretty much to the second after I click to put in a limit order to go long, my power flickers. So I lose my connection to my remote desktop. Fret not, power didn't actually go out. It literally just flickered once or twice. And so it took me a few minutes to get back on the computer. So we'll just watch the time here. It's roughly 2:02. Then we'll see the power flicker, and then I obviously kept recording. So we'll see when it picks up. I won't bore you with all that. So there we go. We enter. It's like 2:02:16. And in a second here, maybe it's a little bit more in a second. It felt longer than that. Oh, you can see here things kind of froze. It did happen, and there you go. Connection to PC was lost. So, that's basically the end of this video. So I'm going to fire up the next portion where I actually get my connection back and we can look at the trade. And this trade doesn't actually work out that great. Nothing to do with the power. Okay, guys, and here's where I started re-recording. You see it's 2:05. It's basically 3 minutes is all I lost. Wasn't too worried about it. If it had been dire straits, I would have connected to my phone, used it as a hotspot. No problemo. So we got in our trade, obviously, and nothing had really happened. So I set a take profit of 3 ticks. Again, as I kind of talked in the intro, not trying to hit the 5 tick per day home run. Need to trade every single day anyways. Let's just get, a few ticks every single day. I actually put on a stop loss, a little bit uncharacteristic for CFT, but probably for the best, just in case I get another one of those power flickers. I wanted to have a little bit of a safety net there for myself. So this video goes on for about 3 minutes. So it had stalled. I might fast forward here, guys, because it honestly just hangs around here for a few minutes or at least another minute. And then I start making some different decisions. So let's see here. I think the first thing I do is I move my take profit down a tick, if I recall. Yeah, so at some point in here, I'm just going to back up to here. I say, you know what, this is just, it's not moving. This is why I don't like trading the afternoons, guys, in the treasuries. Like, it does definitely slow down. So I move my take profit to just a tick. I'm like, you know what, if we get one tick, fantastic. You know, call it a trade, maybe try to get another one or two on a different trade. But honestly, even if I just get one, we call it a day. Not the worst way to end the day. A few minutes, you know, within 10, 15 minutes of starting to trade. But lo and behold, it doesn't really tick up. It's sitting there, but it never really fills me. So I'll let this play because there's only about 30 seconds left anyways. Looking at my stop loss here. I'm looking at the left, reading what's happening over here. It's, you know, hey, the 10 years kind of bopping around. I'm like, all right, can we get a bop? Can we get a bop? It's like a new term in trading all the kids are using. Bop up, just a tick for the old CFT here. But unfortunately, at some point, I say, you know what? It's not bopping up, and it's not worth the risk that it bops down. So I say, you know what? If we can just get out for break even, we lose a little bit in commissions. No harm, no foul. We live to trade another day. Now, I could at this point, and that's the end of that trade. I do have one more for you. I could have just stopped at this point and said, hey, congrats, we clocked a trade. It's a trading day. But I said, you know what? We've literally been recording for less than 10 minutes. Let's give it another look, see if we can get a trade. Maybe it does come back down here, push this low, and that will be the second trade. Okay, guys, so this will be the second one. It's obviously not that much longer, but I was watching it, and sure enough, it starts to move back down again. I will mention, just if anyone cares or notices, yesterday my desktop, I had the two in the middle, the ticker tapes, if you will. I have two different jigsaw kind of layouts, if you will. One if I'm on my desktop where I have more real estate. One if I'm on my laptop where I have less real estate. This is the laptop real estate layout. So both DOMs are the same. I just don't have the ticker tapes. And quite honestly, I mean, they're nice to have, but am I really using them that much? Not really. It's more just a little bit of flair. So at some point here, I decide to go short. Again, and it looks like that'll be about here. So we go short. I'm like, all right, we're starting to push this low. Let's get 2 ticks. Throw on a quick stop loss, a little bit higher than I actually want. I just want to throw it on there, and then I move it down a tick. And I think at some point here I move it possibly even a tick closer. That right there. I can read my mind, guys. I have a fantastic memory. So just looking for 2 ticks. Let's make something out of the day, get a little bit of progress towards our goal. If we lose a bit of ground, not the end of the world. Certainly could have just walked away with our break-even trade, but worth giving it another shot. So let's see. This video, I think the trade happens, it materializes not for quite a while. So I might zip ahead here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you guys while we wait for that to happen or before I zip ahead. Only other thing I can think of, guys, is I'm going to... kind of same as yesterday, same as today. Going to try to make video tomorrow as well. Definitely should have the time tomorrow. Then we go into the weekend. Next week's going to be a bit more tough. I have family coming for 2 weeks for Christmas. Not 1, but 2, yes. And so definitely going to be a bit more pressed on time. A lot more CFT playing tour guide, running around doing holiday type of stuff. But I can certainly try to make a video. But if you don't see them, hey... don't worry, I'll keep you posted one way or another. What you could do with your spare time is check out TradeDay and use code CFT promo. You get 20% off. So let's see here, guys. So it's ticked down. Things are moving our direction. One thing I like about Jigsaw, I mean, I like a lot of stuff about Jigsaw. Why I'm an advocate for Jigsaw and order flow trading, if you will. I get the question. I still get the question, guys. You don't use charts? You don't look at anything? You don't look at indicators? No, I do not. Order flow, different beast. But one thing that I do like is you're seeing how many contracts are on both sides, what's getting filled. As well, you get to see where you are in the queue. That's one thing that's completely lost if you're on a chart trader. Like if you just had a take profit on a chart, you don't know where you are in the queue. There's a queue system when it comes to futures. And so right now there's 425 contracts. It's changing, obviously. Right here, and we are approximately 304th in the queue. So that helps with knowing if you're going to get filled. So we know that if it just ticks down and somebody trades 2 contracts, that doesn't mean we're good. We're not out of our trade. We need the queue to kind of clear out. You know, it really is like a lineup. So I know in the sim environment, sometimes you get a little bit favorable Q, depends. In the real world though, which is where you should all be headed for at some point, the real world of trading, you actually will be 100% in the proper Q. So now, not as big a deal when it comes to like very thin products, NQ, all that type of stuff. You know, you only have a handful of contracts at any given price that ramps up and down like a maniac. With the treasuries, again, part of the reason I like it, thick order book, big per tick value. It's why we're able to grab 2 ticks and make, you know, $300. This is more my jam. So here we are. You can see the queue is cleared out. In part, people pulled their orders. You know that because only 2 traded, but this number dropped. But you see a big negative here. And there you go, we got filled. So, and there it goes, it charged right through. So we got our fill. So we broke even on the first trade, less whatever in commissions, couldn't even care. And then second trade, we got our 2 ticks. Happy with the progress, guys. Day 2 of 7 to pass the trade day. 50K account. Something else, guys, I want to mention. I'm thinking of stuff. I'm all over the place, guys. This is CFT's world. You might ask yourself, CFT, you always say you go for the biggest account size, most of them contracts. And I know TradeDay has a 250K. Why are you only doing a 50K? Are you sussing out on us a little bit? No, I'm happy to inform you I am not. So TradeDay does something that not many, if any, other firm does, where you certainly have the potential to grow your account in terms of contracts well beyond whatever the evaluation you take is. So with most firms, for example, you take a 50K, you have 5 contracts. 5 contracts is the most you will ever get to trade, right? I could name some, I'm not gonna name some, but a big kind of one of the OGs in the industry, that's just how it works. You take a 50K, you're gonna be limited to 5 contracts forever. With TradeDay, that's kind of your starting point, if you will. And I brought up their facts right here. So, and they actually use the example of a 50K, so it works really well for me in explaining it. So we take the 50K, we pass. We get to start with 5 contracts once we move into our funded account. But from there, for every $2,000 in profit that you earn, they will add on 1 lot up to 25 lots. And then after that, you can work with them and, you know, figure out if you need to go beyond that. But I think the point is you can grow your account. So really the evaluation you're taking is kind of your starting point, if you will, for when you pass. For me, kind of looking at them like, all right, hey, cut me loose with 5 contracts. I can do some damage. I mean, that's probably not the terminology TradeDay would love to hear out of a trader's mouth, potentially funded next week trader. But, you know, that is what I like to trade. I like to trade big, making over $100 a tick. That's my wheelhouse. I don't want to trade 1 lot. I certainly love trading lots of lots, but I can work with 5 and grow it. So I like that potential. So, and if anything, that's CFT being a little bit more responsible than it has been at some of the other firms. So guys, I'm going to leave it at that today. I could go on about TradeDay. There's lots of other kind of like, it's like every time you turn your head and look around another corner, there's another benefit. Like, oh, I can grow my account past 5 contracts. Oh, they have coaching and mentoring, you know. Oh, they have a huge selection of account sizes. Oh, they allowed treasury bonds. Hello, if I'm excited about anything, it is that. Talk about, you know, finding a home. So guys, that is it. Be sure to check out my website, CanadianFuturesTrader.ca, where you can find the latest, greatest deals, evaluation, promos, blah, blah, blah. Everyone else says they have all that stuff, but your friend CFT here was the first one saying that and doing that. Been around for over 4 years now, guys, in this space. Seen a lot of copycats. That's okay. It's flattering that so many people want to be CFT, but they can't be CFT because I'm CFT. Also, check out my TradeDay review discount. I already mentioned it. CFT promo gets you 20% off, discount lifetime, all the different evaluations, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Look for a video tomorrow with day number 3. What can we do with day number 3? Can we break out the crystal ball? Can we get our tarot cards square and make another winning trade? We'll find out tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.